Barack Obama has signed a bill to equip and train so-called moderate rebels in Syria. Earlier, Congress gave him the authority to implement the plan, which will cost America about $500 million. The U.S. president praised the lawmakers for their decision.
I'm pleased that Congress, a majority of Democrats and a majority of Republicans in both the House and the Senate, have now voted to support a key element of our strategy, our plan to train and equip the opposition in Syria so they can help push back these terrorists.
Washington believes that arming some Syrian rebels will help fight the Islamic State jihadists who have been gaining ground in Syria and across the border in Iraq. But Lawrence Freeman from the Executive Intelligence Review magazine believes the move will make things even worse.
Policy is a failure from the beginning. It will not work at all. The idea that we're going to arm so-called moderates, which don't exist, in Saudi Arabia, where the Saudis are the ones funding the Sunni jihadists who've been carrying out these attacks. And this is a policy that will lead to more confrontation, especially if President Obama begins bombing Syria, a sovereign country, without any permission. What the U.S. Congress has done in the House and the Senate, they have discredited the United States because there should have been a robust debate on whether the United States wishes to go to war. And we are going to war without the authorization of the U.S. Congress, which is a principle of the United States Constitution.
France has agreed to join the military campaign against Islamic State, but only in Iraq. It has already conducted its first round of airstrikes on the militants, destroying a supply depot belonging to the Islamists. Political commentator Mohammed Ansar says President Hollande is using the war for political reasons.
So we see France taking a very hawkish attitude and being directly confrontational in the Middle East. The odd thing is that Francois Hollande and President Obama both share one thing in common. The lowest common denominator is that their poll ratings have been in the gutter over the last year. And Hollande's becoming hawkish to try and bolster his profile within France, while he's also mired in controversy around his personal life in France. We see Obama's ratings actually going up. Now he's taken a more hawkish approach. I think the direct conflict is going to increase tensions with Muslim communities. After all, the Muslim communities in these Muslim-majority nations have been complaining for the longest time that part of the reason for ISIS being there is intervention from Western countries, which is increasing terrorism, home and abroad, and is increasing terror and conflicts in the Middle East.
With Washington wading into another war in the Middle East, one iconic U.S. whistleblower says Americans are being kept in the dark about the risks of the latest intervention. As RT's Amira David reports, he has also called for more people to spill the beans.
We heard Pentagon Papers whistleblower Daniel Ellsberg speak at a rare news conference here at the National Press Club. As the United States embarks on a new military campaign abroad, Ellsberg made a point to talk about the need for people to expose the information that could help de-escalate a war.
We're right on the edge, the leading edge of what the Times calls a slippery slope, aptly, into a large war in the Middle East. It's time for Congress to debate these issues fully, which it has not done. But to be any use, it has to be an informed debate. It can't be limited to the lies of government officials or the silence. It has to rely on the kind of whistleblowers that did not exist to keep us out of Vietnam or Iraq. It was a lack of such whistleblowers that gave us those wars. And we need those whistleblowers right now. We need another Edward Snowden and many more of them, and Chelsea Manning, to inform Congress as to what this country is being asked to get into.
Ellsberg expressed concern that silences tacit approval to the administration to move forward with its military campaign. Daniel Ellsberg is one of the most revered whistleblowers today. He's a former U.S. military analyst who released the classified Pentagon Papers to the New York Times in 1971. While he was the first to be prosecuted, more whistleblowers have been charged and prosecuted under the Obama administration than every previous administration combined. In Washington, Amira David, RT.